Once upon a time in the blocky world of Minecraft, two brave friends, Alex and Steve, rowed their little wooden boat across the wide, endless ocean. The sky grew darker and darker. Clouds rolled in like giant gray mountains, and the wind howled through the air. Raindrops splashed their faces, and the sea tossed their boat from side to side. The storm was so strong that it was hard to see anything at all. Thunder rumbled above them, and bright flashes of lightning lit the waves for just a second at a time. But Alex and Steve kept rowing, hoping they would find land before the storm sank their boat. And then bump! The boat suddenly hit something solid. They had reached the shore of a tiny island. The sand sparkled under the flashes of lightning. Right there, half buried in the sand, was an old cracked chest. With all their strength, they dragged it open. Inside was a wrinkled old map. The map showed a jungle, a cave, a tall mountain, and a big red X that marked a hidden treasure. At that very moment, a bright green parrot swooped down from the trees. It landed on Steve's shoulder and squawked loudly, "Treasure! Treasure!" A treasure map, a talking parrot, and a mysterious island. This was the beginning of a pirate adventure. Long ago, pirates sailed the seas in wooden ships with big sails. Some were fierce and scary, but others were clever adventurers looking for riches. They believed that gold and jewels were the greatest treasures in the world. So the friends decided to follow the map. The path led them through the jungle. The trees grew tall and thick, their leaves blocking out the sun. Vines dangled down like ropes, and the sound of parrots echoed all around. The air was damp and warm, and the ground was covered with ferns and moss. After a long walk, they reached the mouth of a dark cave. Inside, the walls glittered. Gold blocks and nuggets sparkled in the torchlight, covering the cave like shining stars. Alex and Steve were amazed. Gold was beautiful. Pirates in history often carried gold coins called doubloons. They used them to trade for food, clothes, and sometimes even safe passage through dangerous waters. But gold was also very heavy. Imagine a pirate trying to run away while carrying chest after chest full of coins. In the cave, they noticed stone pressure plates on the floor and a locked stone door. The puzzle was clear. The gold blocks had to be pushed onto the plates. But wow, those blocks were heavy. They pushed and dragged them across the stone floor until... rumble! The door slowly creaked open. Even in Minecraft, moving gold was hard work. No wonder people eventually decided to use other kinds of money. The map led them further, out of the cave and into a bright, cheerful village. Villagers bustled around, trading with each other. Some were carrying bread, others wheat, and many carried stacks of paper. The houses were made of oak and cobblestone, with smoke rising from chimneys into the blue sky. At first it seemed silly. How could paper be treasure? But then Alex remembered something. A long, long time ago in China, people invented paper money. Unlike gold or silver coins, paper was light and easy to carry. You could keep lots of it in your pocket instead of dragging around heavy coins. Steve tried trading with a villager. The villager looked at Steve's emerald and happily traded him a stack of paper. That showed how paper could still be valuable. In history, people trusted paper because it stood for real treasure like gold or silver kept safe somewhere else. The villagers waved kindly and even shared bread for the road. The parrot flapped its wings and squawked, "Paper! Paper!" The last mark on the map pointed to the top of a tall, rocky mountain. The climb was steep, but they reached the top and found a heavy iron door with glowing redstone lamps beside it. Snow lay on the mountaintop, and the wind whistled through the blocks, making the air cold and sharp. Redstone is like electricity in Minecraft, and this door was clearly a puzzle. Levers stood in a row, waiting to be flipped. They pulled one, and a lamp lit up. They pulled another, and another lamp shone. But when they pulled the third, all the lights went dark. Carefully, they tried again, thinking about the right order. Finally, clang, the big iron door swung open. Inside was another chest. Their hearts beat faster. This was it, the treasure. But when they opened the chest, they didn't see piles of gold. Instead, there was just one shiny emerald and an old book. The book's cover read, "The Story of Money." They opened the book. It explained how money had changed over time. First, people traded with gold and silver. Then they used paper money. And today, many people use cards or even computers to buy things. In Minecraft, emeralds worked as money because everyone trusted them for trading. They had expected piles of gold, but they found something even better: knowledge. Pirates long ago thought treasure was only gold and jewels. But the real treasure was learning how people solved problems and made life easier. As the sun set, they walked back down the mountain. The waves were calm again, and their little boat waited at the shore. The parrot perched happily on Steve's shoulder, flapped its wings, and squawked, "Treasure of learning! Treasure of learning!" They rode away, not with heavy chests of gold, but with a story, an emerald, and new wisdom to share. Because sometimes the greatest treasure isn't something you can spend, it's something you can learn. And that was the tale of the pirate's lost gold.